from changing over. In the moonlight, I can't kill this feeling sober.
Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video topic is mobility. Although this word has picked up a lot of popularity in the past few years in the fitness world, but if you still speak to a lot of people, the first two things that come to their mind is always aerobic exercises and strength training. However, mobility is equally important when it comes to your fitness routine, especially considering the modern day lifestyle which requires prolonged sitting and too much of technology usage. The exercises which I have come up in this video are a great way to improve your range of motion and also your freedom of movement as well. It decreases the risk of injury and reduces muscle tension and soreness as well. It would be great if you do these exercises early morning. It will give you a good head start for the day and improves blood circulation. Or you can also use these exercises as a dynamic warm-up before you start lifting weights or doing any kind of workouts. So let's start with the video. So friends, let's start with the first exercise. I have the wonderful Sakshi with me, who has taken the time out of her busy schedule just to demonstrate the exercises for us. So we are starting with the first exercise. It's called the hip shifter. We start with the 90-degree angle. We sit on the knee, and if you see, her foot and her toe, everything is in one line. It's in 90 degrees. If you're more flexible, you can keep the leg back as well. But the most important thing in this exercise is her shoulders are square, which means chest will be pointing straight throughout this exercise. From here, all she has to do is bring the knee close to her toe. Shifts here, pause for a second, and slowly come back. The more flexible she gets, the knee will start coming further and further apart. Keep doing. Very good. So this is a very good stretch for the hip flexor, groin, and also the lateral side of the thigh. A good exercise to warm up before you start squatting as well. I would recommend to do 20 to 25 reps of this, and then we change the leg. Can you switch the leg, please? So as you see, the most important thing when she's doing this exercise, her shoulders are square. Now depending on your flexibility, the leg goes behind if you want to go more deeper in the stretch. And one more important thing, heel, knee, everything is in one line. Let's move on to the next exercise. So friends, let's start with the next exercise. It's one of my favorites again. It's called a hip shift 90 degrees. It is done while sitting. So we start with the 90-degree angle. Sakshi will show us how to do it. So if you see, both the knees are at 90-degree angle again. If you see, the back, heel, knee, everything is in one line. The front leg is also in one line. You can keep the hands behind the back. Chest remains forward. And from this position, slowly start lifting your knee up. No, keep it down. So start with this, the front leg. And now from here, lift the other leg as well. And then she changed the direction. Now it's very important to make sure that when she changes the direction, the leg remains in 90-degree angle. It is a very good exercise for your external rotators. If you are a runner, if you are an athlete, or if you are into any sport, this exercise will help you to get better at those sports as well. She holds for a few seconds and then she turns around again. Same position, lift your leg up, and then keep the chest forward and switch the position. Remember, it's a dynamic move, so she won't hold this for more than 3 to 5 seconds. You can shift one more last time. Lift the knee up, back knee up, switch the position, and change. So this is how we do the hip shift. So friends, another great exercise for the thoracic spine mobility, it's called the T-spine rotation. There are a lot of variations which we can do in this exercise. It's very good to improve the mobility of your thoracic spine and also makes you better at all the lifts, especially the overhead lifts, if you want to do that in the gym. So Sakshi will demonstrate the V stance T rotation for us first. Her stance is more than shoulder width. Make sure go as wide as you can, but your stance should be comfortable. Her right hand, right palm goes on the ground, and left hand, she tries to swing as high as she can. Make sure both the shoulders are come in one line. With practice, this will happen. Slowly go back, and she'll repeat this 6 to 8 times on each side. She's doing it in a very slow and controlled way. The more flexible she becomes, the more she'll able to rotate the spine. So this is a very, very good stretch to improve the thoracic spine mobility. Now let's add the variation. We can also do this exercise while kneeling down. So she comes in a lunge position. So it's a very simple basic move. Both the elbows up at the shoulder level. From here, she tries to twist as much as she can. She comes back and she repeats at least 8 to 10 times each set on each side. Now you can change the leg. The other leg comes forward. Another important thing, you'll see her spine is straight and she's not doing it very fast. Control is very, very important in this exercise. So this is how you do the T-spine rotation. So working on ankle mobility is something which is neglected by most of the people. Whether you wear a lot of heels or you run a lot on hard surfaces, your ankles become stiff. So I have come up with a very good drill which will help you to improve the ankle mobility, and this eventually also helps you to become good at exercises like squatting and deadlifting as well. So Sakshi will demonstrate this exercise for us. So what we are doing, our front toe is touching the wall and the back leg, the back toe is making sure that it touches the heel as well. So from this position, she has to bend her front knee forward, and from the back knee, she has to push the front knee towards the wall. Slowly goes down as deep as possible, and once this heel starts to lift up, stop, hold for a few seconds, and then slowly come back. So do this 8 to 10 on each side, and make sure you hold for 2 to 3 seconds at the bottom, and when you come back, just hold for 1 or 2 seconds more. So this is a very good exercise for your ankle mobility. As you see, her spine is straight, she is looking at the eye level, and the goal should always be that one day the front knee touches the wall. Very good exercise. As you see, it's putting a good strain on the ankle as well, a good stretch on the ankle. Few more times with control. One last. So that is how we work on this exercise. So friends, last exercise in this video is a very good shoulder mobility exercise. Now shoulder mobility is required in everything, whether you do the overhead presses in the gym, too much of texting, too much of laptop makes the shoulder stiff. So this exercise is called the elevated downward dog. So what we do is we start from the elevated position, make sure palms are firmly on the bench. We start from the push-up position. So think that your hip is going backwards, push from the hand and take the hip back slowly, as deep as you can go. Pause for a second and then slowly come back in the push-up position. Now you see, the deeper you go, the more stretch you will feel. Let's do a few more times. What you have to think is that simultaneously the hip is going back and the shoulders and chest are going closer and closer to the ground. As you improve in this stretch, you will find that you start going deeper and deeper, which means your chest and shoulder will become closer and closer to the ground. You have to do 6 to 8 reps of this. It's a great posterior chain stretch, but most importantly, it stretches the back of the shoulder, the scapula, and helps you get better at any shoulder movement. So guys, I hope you find this video educational and you'll be adding these movements in your daily routine. Movement is life. We humans are naturally very good movers, especially when we were kids, but due to the unhealthy lifestyle habits which we developed over time, our bodies have become more stiff than ever. Even if you want to go into any physical activity, whether it comes to sport or you want to pick up weight training as well, it's very important to move well first and then do these activities, and it becomes much more effortless and also reduces the risk of injury. So guys, please do not forget to subscribe and like my channel. I'll be coming up with more videos. Thank you very much. Bye.